We're just going to wait for another 30 seconds to see if other people are joining, and then we're going to begin. Thank you. Okay, so we can begin. So my name is Naama Aroni, as I mentioned, and I'm an enablement manager at Boyum IT. Today I want to present you a brand new product of Boyum IT, which is completely separate and different from all the other Boyum Pack products that you have seen before. So this standalone product is the first of its kind, and it will improve your daily work whether you're a sales manager, a support representative, a consultant, or a C-level manager. Now, I do want to mention that we do encourage you to raise your questions along the session, so please raise them in the question sections at your panel, and I will answer them as much as I can towards the end of the session, towards the end of the live demo after we've concluded. So before we get started, we just have one slide that is a disclaimer that we have to put in, which says that we're basically still in development and developing the product, and what you're going to see today may be subject to some changes and some further development. For those of you that have seen the products before, then you might be seeing something today that is slightly different than what you've seen before, so just pay attention to that. Now, however, what you will see today is the core functionality of the product. So now that we are done with the administrative part of the demo, we can actually begin. So I hope you're ready, because here it comes. B1 CRM for Outlook. As you know, the #1 email client in use within the business industry is Microsoft Outlook. The use of its email and calendar functionality is widespread among companies, and I'm sure that yourself in your own company and with your clients, you're using Outlook as well, at least most of you. Now, when a business is looking for a CRM, generally the primary concern is how the users would be able to react to a new email functionality, which is usually very different than Outlook. So many of the CRM solutions try hard to emulate Outlook within their own applications. However, in the end, the users want the true power of Outlook, and they never actually get used to the way and the look and feel of the new software. So because Outlook is in such a high demand in the business community, Boyum IT decided to build its CRM inside of Outlook. With CRM for Outlook, Boyum IT presents a CRM cockpit in Outlook that gives you all the information and the power you need to handle CRM effectively and directly from within Outlook. Now, whether you need to see the most recent sales data, or whether you need to update a business opportunity or a lead or a quote, you can now do that within Outlook. You do no longer need to spend hours looking for vital information in different areas inside SAP Business One, which we know sometimes takes time. So we've gathered all this information for you in one place where you usually spend anyway most of your time communicating with your business partners, which is Outlook. So no hassle, no more time being spent. All the information is right there in front of your eyes, and you can become way more productive. Now, before we go into the live demo, we just have three more slides that one of them talks about the installation, because the whole purpose of this application is to make the installation part easy and user-friendly to work with. Therefore, from a user perspective, the solution is very easy to install. There are only 3 steps that you need to go through to get this application up and running in your Outlook. And there you go. CRM for Outlook is connected to your SAP Business One databases and ready to use. You do not need to have SAP B1 installed on your local PC to run CRM for Outlook. So the 3 steps are very easy. Like with any software, you get the product package, you click on the setup. Once you click on the setup, you get the installation window. So you click on the install button. Once you finish the installation, which is very quick, you open the activation email, which is generated automatically into your inbox, and once you click on the email, CRM for Outlook is activated automatically. So there is no other step that is needed. You're ready and you can start using the product. So how easy was that? And I wish all the softwares, of course, would be that easy to install. So again, before we go into the live demo, I'm sure you have these questions running in your head. If you're using Outlook application on your mobile devices or on your browser, then the application is available there as well, because we know that when you're on the road, you need access to relevant information quickly and easily. So this is now possible with CRM for Outlook on mobile devices and in a browser through MSOWA, which is Outlook web application. So this is the only slide we have for functionality. I'm going to go through the live demo and explain everything. But in general, what you can do with the product is show information from SAP Business One. You can edit information. You can jump to information from Outlook to SAP and much, much more. So with that, now we can switch to a test system that I've set up here with an Outlook client that already has CRM for Outlook installed. So let me just switch, and here it is. Now, as you can see, I have a new ribbon. This new ribbon now says SAP Norm Thompson. This is actually the CRM for Outlook. And before I actually go through the presentation, I want to say one or few words about MES and the email that we have highlighted in here. MES is usually our global channel manager, but for the purpose of this presentation, we've set him up as a contact person for Norm Thompson. So whenever we click on an email that we get from MES, the system knows automatically that it needs to display the information for Norm Thompson. So this happens automatically. You do not need to go through any manual synchronization or any other configuration step. Once you install CRM for Outlook, this is what you get automatically. Okay, so now let's go through and see what we actually get with CRM for Outlook. So as we said, we click on an email, we get the information. That is easy. Now, what information is that? We get the customer information. So for example, we can see the industry and the account balance and the website, and of course the address and the phone. We can also see the contact information. So MES, as we said, is a contact person for Norm. He's a channel manager, and this is his awkward phone number. What we can also see is open items. So basically Norm, as we know, opened some documents within SAP Business One, and we have the possibility to view which of those documents are open, and we can view some of the information in here. So for example, for a sales opportunity, we can see the potential amount and the owner and the stage the opportunity is at. We can also see the total amount of all the open sales opportunities that we have. If I go to a service call, then we can see as well the date and the description. So in this case, he's complaining that the printer is not working. In activities, we can also see relevant information, and the same goes for the sales document. And again, we get the total amount of the open quotations that we have in the system. We can also get something that we call timeline, and timeline is all the activities and the actions that you have that you've done with Norm Thompson. So this is available to all employees, of course, based on permissions. But in this case, you can see that recently we've opened an activity and an AR invoice and so on and so on. Okay, so another thing that we've added into this view is 2 more charts or 2 more views. That one of them is called the performance indicator. So performance indicator basically gives you the sales information up to date from the beginning of the year up to this stage, and it compares it against last year exactly for this period. So we can see that Norm Thompson is actually performing much, much better this year than last year. We can also see that the sales up to this point of the month, and it is compared against the sales up to this point of last month. So we can see that probably up to the 9th of June or 9th of May, there has been no sales, and that's why we do not see any percentage information. We can also see a chart. In this case, we have the top 5 sold items in 2014. So for Norm Thompson, this is specific for Norm Thompson, we can see which items has he purchased the most, which gives us a very good indication of, for example, which products do we want to bundle, or which product do we want to do a massive marketing for. And so and you get your own ideas. But this is one of the charts I believe that we're going to have much more in the future. So with that, this is, as I said, it's a quick overview of the customer, but we can also update information from CRM for Outlook directly to SAP Business One. So for example, we get here a phone number, again, very awkward phone number, but we can click on that and we can see that we have the option to control plus click to edit. So I can come here and I can control click on that. And I can see that all the fields that are open in here that are not grayed out are basically available for update. So I can come here and I can say that this number should be like that and click on OK. Whenever we do that, Business One is automatically updated. So let's see how we approach Business One. For example, everything on this ribbon is clickable. So I can click on Norm Thompson. And Business One is going to open the business partner master data for Norm Thompson. And now we can see the 5 that we've just added in CRM for Outlook. So this happens instantly. There is no lag time even, and I'm sure you have this question, what if my database is big, or what performance downgrade does it have on my system? You will not experience performance downgrade. We've done the testing, and even with large databases, this happens instantly. I'm sorry. Now, another thing that we can do is, for example, if we want to see the account balance for a customer, I can click on the account balance. And again, the window is going to open up in SAP Business One with the relevant account balance. So as I said, many of those are clickable and will allow you to access Business One. For example, sales opportunities. Let's say that Mess is calling us and he's saying that he raised the sales opportunity in 2013, that's a bit old, but let's say that we want a quick access to it, so we want to click on it. I'm going to click on the sales opportunity, and again, I'm going to see that sales opportunity from that date open instantly in the system. And the same goes for all the other documents. I can, of course, continue and go and decide to click on AR invoice 257. And again, once I go, 257 is opened in here. So just imagine the time saving that you get with the ability to click from Outlook and instantly get to the document that you wish in SAP Business One and view other information that you wish. This is actually a big productivity a big productivity theme that you can go and take to your customers and let them become more productive and work faster. So another thing, for example, in the timeline is also clickable. So I can come from here and decide to open and see what is activity number 7. Once I'm going to click on it, you get the idea. Activity number 7 will be opened instantly in SAP Business One. Okay. So this is the jump to information that you have within the product. Now, I'm sure that, again, all of you are asking, well, what if I have my own user-defined information, user-defined field that I've added into the business partner or the contact person? I also want to view that information because it's highly relevant for me. So you get here the 3 dots that you get within the contact person and the business partner, and you can decide from here to select the UDFs that you want to display. For example, we've done that in the business part, in the contact person. So you can see right now it's displayed a bit awkward. That's fixed within a higher version. That's actually a bug. But you will be able to see if that, if Norm Thompson or MESS is part of a specific email category of Mailchimp or of print and delivery, then you can see that in here. So you will be able to see the relevant information in CRM for Outlook, and like that to personalize. And I will say that in the future versions, all this ribbon will be personalized based on the user, and we'll be able to pick and choose what we want to display. Another thing that we can do is basically stay organized by tracking the email and the relevant SAP items. For example, we get here something called tracking. So once I open that, I'm basically seeing the documents that are being tracked for that email. So I can, if you can imagine it, I can attach a document within SAP Business One into a specific email. So it will speed up my communication, and when I respond to the customer, I'm going to have an easy access and I will not have to look for the certain document in the open items list. Now, if I want to track a document, let's say that now another sales opportunity became relevant. So for example, I can pick, I'm not sure if I had that already, so let's pick sales opportunity number 69, and you can see in the gray here that control plus click, you can track a document. So I'm going to do a control click, and the number 3 have changed to 4, and now I can see that sales opportunity number 69 have been tracked for this email. Now what does that mean? When I open the tracking for that sales opportunity, I can see the number of emails. Right now I have 1, but I can see the number of emails that have been marked as tracked for that document. So in the future, this functionality is going to have much more possibilities, but for now, look at it as a sharing functionality for information, for relevant information, for specific email communication. Now, from here as well, you can go and you can imagine what's next. I can access the document. I clicked on it, and opportunity number 69 have been opened. So the clicking is available from all the, as I said, from every step of the ribbon in here. Now, another thing that I'm sure you have running through your head is how can I create documents from within CRM for Outlook that will get automatically synced to SAP Business One. So we've added here something called Create New. Right now we have the activity and the service call. In the future we're going to have more documents. Do not expect all the SAP Business One documents to be able to create from within CRM for Outlook, but I will say that we're thinking about a sales opportunity, sales quotation, and a sales order. So those are the documents that we're thinking about next, and it will go into a development queue once we understand that this is possible, of course. So, for example, let's say MESS is calling and he's saying he would like to schedule an activity, would like to schedule a meeting. So I can go and click on the activity, and we can go here and create the type of activity that MESS would like to create. So, for example, a meeting. And if we have some types, then of course we can pick the type and the subject. Of course, all of this is coming from a Business One. And now I can have here the subject or the remarks of the meeting, for example, regarding sales opportunity. And I can set the date. So for example, for the 10th, so for tomorrow, and the time. And you can see here that I can create as a meeting in Outlook. And this is a big upside of this feature, that basically I can view the meetings that I'm setting up from within my Outlook. So I don't have to go into the calendar in SAP Business One. So once I click on OK, this meeting will get generated. And I would switch to my calendar. So this meeting will get generated. You can see a new meeting for Norm Thompson, and that's exactly the meeting that we've just set. And when we go back, we can see, I don't know if some of you have noticed, but the number used to be 9, and now it's 10. So now we have 10 different activities, and here it is regarding sales opportunity, and that's the activity that we've created. And of course, I'm going to click on it, and we're going to see that in SAP Business One. So we covered the creating of the documents from one end to another, and as we said, this is a good way of also to scheduling appointments based on schedule of employees and so on. Okay, so now that we know what we can create, let's see what else do we have. For example, we can decide that we want to change the ribbon, or we want to look for another information on another business partner. For example, microchips. So microchips is the customer. We can create from here a new activity or a service call. And in the future, as you can see, we have it ready in here. We're going to see what has been tracked, the open items, and the contacts for that customer. And once we're going to click on it in the future, the ribbon will change into the details for microchips. So it will not stay on Norm Thompson. So like that, we can find different information on different business partners. Now, we do have another scenario. For example, let's say we get an email from a contact that is not being recognized by Business One. For example, Stefan is a contact that is not being recognized. We don't know who he is, but let's say that hypothetically I know that he's a contact of microchips. So what I can do is I can say that this is a business partner. So Stefan is a business partner, and I can link him. So once I link him, I can say that this is part of microchips, and we can fill in the details, click on OK, and Stefan will become a contact person for microchips. So again, that's another thing that you can do. You can create linkage between different contacts into SAP Business One, and by that save a lot of time in actually adding the data yourself manually into SAP Business One. And of course, whenever in the future, once we link him, whenever in the future we're going to get another email from Stefan, then we're going to see the information in the ribbon for microchips. Another thing that we've kept here, and I'm not sure if some of you have noticed, is the core functionality for the email in Outlook. So what our thoughts around that was, we do not actually want you to move to another tab if it's not needed. So we've kept the basic emailing functionality inside the ribbon, so you don't have to switch. So now I can go and I can reply to mess, and I can forward, and so on and so on. And again, in the future, we will personalize what you can actually pick and choose from Outlook, from the core functionality of Outlook inside the CRM for Outlook ribbon. And now the last thing that I want to show you is, we are at Boyum IT. We are very focused on productivity and working faster in doing things that previously used to take, let's say, 2 minutes and now take about a second. So in that case, you're going to see the same type of a theme going on in CRM for Outlook as well. So for example, I can call my contacts from within CRM for Outlook. So whether you have Link open or Skype, once you're going to click on a phone number, you're going to get the function or the software that you have running opening up with that phone number with a quick access to call that customer. I can also, when I click on the address, I can go and I can decide to see the address, or by clicking on it, or Control plus click to show the direction. So a Control plus click, I already have it open. So a Control plus click is going to show you the directions for that route. We can also click on a website. So again, we're going to see it doesn't mean anything, but we're going to see the website of the customer. Another thing that we've added is the possibility to view the LinkedIn information for Norm Thompson. Of course, Norm Thompson doesn't have a LinkedIn information, but if he had, then we would be able to link it and show LinkedIn information. Another thing that we've added is Mailchimp information, so we can decide, once we click, for example, on Mass, to attach him to a distribution list in Mailchimp in case you are using Mailchimp as your email marketing software. And of course, we will have much more functionality coming along the way. So I'm basically done with the live demo, and I'm going to go into the roadmap and where we're going with the product. Of course, as I said, everything that you see is still being developed. So this is some of our thoughts regarding the future development, but we would very much like to get your feedback so we can broaden the scope of what we're doing, of what we're developing, and basically focus on the most essential needs that you have or that your customers have. Now, as you can see, there is a beta version available for partners in June, meaning for ramp-up. If you are interested in the ramp-up process, you can email us at sales@boyum-it.com. So it is on a first-come, first-served basis, and we do encourage you to become part of the ramp-up. And the version for major release, for the official release, is going to be not before the end of Q3. As the disclaimer says, you will find new features and changes for the actual release. So this is some of our thoughts regarding where we're going. For example, as I said, to personalize the ribbon, to have an integration with the Boyum Pack features. So to have, for example, SQL reports that you have in Business One that you would like to display in CRM for Outlook. Integration to Zendesk is, I don't know if you know, Zendesk is one of the major support systems out there. We're actually moving to support you as the partner and the customer in Zendesk. So we are thinking of having it for our own use, where we can see for a specific business partner which support ticket has he raised in Zendesk. Of course, integration to other social media, and on and on and on. I will say one thing that is not listed in the slides and is very important, and that is I would say three things. First of all, if you want a license for the product, you do not need to get a license for B1UP. Boyum Pack is not related to this product in any way or form. So this is another license, it's a separate license, and you do not need a Boyum Pack license to any of the products in order to run CRM for Outlook. Another question that we get, which versions of Outlook are we able to run on? That's Outlook 2010 and 2013. And the Business One version is version 9 and above. If we will get a lot of requests for 8.8, we might consider developing something for 8.8, but do not, I cannot confirm or promise anything on that point. It depends on your feedback and what you guys are going to tell us in your emails. So those are major questions that we get all the time. They should be part of the slide, but we just haven't been able to edit it yet. So I promise for the next one, we will add it and put this information on. Now, I'm sure that you're all asking, okay, so what's the price? So this is the license and the pricing. The license is per email, not per user, but per email. And we have set the price very low on this product to ensure that we get a great adoption rate and to make it easy for you as a partner to sell the solution. We offer two different price models. One is an enterprise version where the customer pays one license fee and you will get your standard partner margin. And the second option is an on-demand offer where the customer pays a monthly fee and you will get your 25% margin every month of this amount, and it is built quarterly. Now, as I said, the license is per email. If you are asking what kind of license do we need in terms of SAP Business One, then or let's say, does each user needs to have an SAP Business One user license as well? The answer is yes, but if you want to enable only read-only functionality for CRM for Outlook, so they will not be able to update or create, then they can. It's sufficient to have an indirect access license only. So again, read-only is an indirect access for SAP Business One, and all the rest, the edit and create documents, require an SAP user license, SAP Business One user license, the regular one. So with that, I see that we already have a few questions. Of course, you're free to now raise even more now that you know most of the details. I will try to answer most of your questions. If I don't know the answer, I will tell you that I will get back to you in an email afterwards. So I hope it's okay with you. And now let's see what questions have been raised. So Sue, you're asking about Office 365. Yes, it is supported. Office 365 is supported with CRM for Outlook. We get another email, we get another question here. Does this require the SAP Outlook integration add-on to sync the BP data, or does it have its own synchronization function? We do not need to have SAP Outlook integration. It's a standalone add-on that does not require any other add-ons. Can we modify an activity in Outlook? That's a good question. I think we've been raised or we've been asked that before. It's something that we are considering, but for now the answer is no. For the version that will go in the major release, I believe that we are not going to have enough time to modify an activity, but this is part of our development request, actually high on the list. So Peter, I hope it answered the questions. Another question, can you email quotations, or does that need B1 print and delivery? For now, you can do that with print and delivery. We do not, actually that's the first time it's been raised, which is a surprise, but we do not have the functionality to attach documents to the email. But that's a good question, and I will raise it with development and see what their answer is. But for now, B1 print and delivery will allow you to attach documents in an email. I hope you can hear me well, because I can see that there is a decrease in the audio quality. So if not, just let me know. But any other questions? Okay, the sound is fine, great. So another question, does it work if you're offline, or do you need a tube connected to the SAP database? The offline, you will be able to view the information, but not to edit or create information. So it's possible to work on an offline mode, but again, for now, and I would say this is for now because this has been raised as well, for now, you're only able to view the information, but not anything else. Any other questions? So this session is being recorded. It's the second time we record, and just so you know. How does it work with OWA? To tell you the truth, it's a bit too technical for me. I'm not sure. I will take this question to development. I'm actually meeting them personally in 2 days, so I will be in Denmark and I will raise those questions. So I don't have an answer, but I will get back to you. Does it automatically archive sent emails? I'm not sure what you mean by that, because the archiving is part of the Outlook functionality. So I'm not sure what you mean by archiving in relation to CRM for Outlook. Does it stamp the sent email back to the B1 contact? Does it stamp the sent email back? What do you mean by that? I'm not sure, Dominic, if you can, I'm not sure that I understand the word stamp the email, the sent email back to the B1 contact. I'm sorry. So if you can just ask the question again. Do you plan on synchronizing a business partner between Outlook contacts folder and SBO? Okay, that's a good question. Been asked before. The idea is, I would say it's a bit not related, even though I understand where the question is coming from, because the synchronization is only between Business One to CRM for Outlook. Once Business One or the CRM for Outlook recognizes a contact that we have in Business One, that of course puts the information out there like we've seen. So for now, there is no relation between the contact folder in Outlook, and again, few people have asked that. I do not understand really the use case. If you don't mind, I would tell you to write us an email with the use case that you think is relevant for that. I'm sure we've received some, but again, we are in these sessions looking for feedback, and that's good that you're raising that, because that's actually something that we take into development. So for now, the answer is no. Is it created as an activity when you sent an email? Okay, I understand what you're saying. So when we send an email, do we create an activity that says an email was sent, follow up? If that's what you mean, Dominique, then the B1 print and delivery would be the solution for that. With a B1 print and delivery, you can, when you're sending an email, automatically to create an activity to follow up within X number of days, and even to assign it to a certain user and to attach the document and to link the document, and all that is part of the core functionality of B1 print and delivery. Another question, instead of searching for an email for someone in Norm, we could browse Outlook People folder. You're not really searching for, I hope I understand correct, you're not really searching for an email for Norm. Again, CRM for Outlook picks up the information automatically and displays it. You do not need to do any synchronization between the Outlook's contact folder and Business One. CRM for Outlook will know to sync it automatically. So just for those contacts that you don't have within within Business One, then again you can go and say you can link that contact into a specific business partner, because you have to tell the system which business partner is linked to that contact, which is right now not part of Business One. I hope this clarifies the use case. And again, maybe one day we'll have a wizard that will go through all the contacts that are not part of Business One contacts, but part of the Outlook, and we would be able to link them to business partners in a wizard. But that's a thought. So if that's what you mean. Another question, when you send an email from Outlook, there is no record of it in Business One unless you manually archive it. It would be great if it was automatically archived. Actually, there is in B1 print and delivery. I'm sorry that I promote the B1 print and delivery, but it is part. There is a record that is telling you an email was sent. For now, it's not part of the roadmap for this product. But again, maybe they are thinking, and I don't know, maybe to integrate some of that functionality from print and delivery into this product. I don't know, but for now, it's not a possibility. But I would say that you need to write us an email and request that. Of course, I will have that question, and I will go and refer to that question with development, but I would also encourage you to write us with the use cases and exactly why it's needed. And I understand what you're saying, but I'm just encouraging you to double it and to write us an email. Hopefully it's okay that I ask you to do that. Any other questions? I'm just going to wait one more minute to see if we have something else popping up. If we don't, then we will conclude this session. As I said, it is recorded, so at one point in time it will be available online, and I will be, you will be able to share it with your customers or with other prospects that you have. So I see that no other question is being, oh, there is a question. Can you repeat the ramp-up process? That's a good question. So the ramp-up process starts in June, and to join the ramp-up process, you need to email us at sales@boyum-it.com. I'm just going to write it in the questions for all of you, so you can copy the email if you don't have it already. and you email and you say that you want to join the ramp up, and it is on a first come first served, and we do want to control this ramp up very well because it is part of a cloud. So just so you know, but this is the ramp up process. Once the testing is done, then we're going to be available for a major release. Hopefully it answers your question. Any other questions? Okay, so with that, we do conclude the session. There is another question. All the data is kept in SQL or the cloud? It's kept in the cloud, so not in SQL. I do want to say a lot of thanks for you to participate in this session. I appreciate your time and the fact that you're very responsive and asking a lot of questions. So with that, again, have a great continue for the day. For those of you, it's morning. For me, it's evening. And I wish you a pleasant day. Thank you very much.